right, guys, hey, it's Lee Gobble, Junk Removal Authority, where we help junk removal business owners make more money and live a better life. For premier junk removal digital marketing services, contact center, where we answer your phones, consulting services, franchise alternative, if you're looking to get in business, head over to junkraA.com. Find out how Junk Removal Authority can help you. Find out if we're a good fit. We'd love to talk to you. So give us a call. Head over to that website again, junkraA.com. All right, so this is another segment. I guess we're going to call this thing Ask Lee. It's the second video that we've done here. And this particular one is around employee pay. And an individual desires to be the primary source of employment for their junk removal employees. And that's a great ambition to have. So I'm going to give a truthful answer here. And this is how you have to approach it. When you first start, part of what you do when you first start is how much capital did you have initially? Did you have enough capital where you went maybe through the Jerry business package, or you bought a junk removal franchise and you've got extra money set up? Well, right from the get-go, you should probably be able to hire two to three guys. And those 2 to 3 guys, you tell them, hey, we're going to get you at least 30 hours a week worth of work, 35 hours a week worth of work. And you put them to work, and knowing that there's going to be certain days where you have no jobs. There's going to be certain days that they're going to be putting out yard signs. They're going to be dropping off flyers at storage facilities. They're going to be doing traffic waves. They're going to be going by charities and volunteering charities. So they're going to have a lot of odds and ends they're going to do that doesn't really generate revenue, but it gets your business out there. And initially, especially with this strategy, when you have that extra money, your main thing is be seen. Have the trucks going down the road be seen. Have yard signs be seen. Talk to realtors, talk to professional organizers, talk to small remodelers. Be everywhere you possibly can, so you get them out into the community to generate new business for you and to have the trucks driving around that they see. That's if you have that extra amount of money. So right from the get-go, those people that could be the primary source of employment. Now, if you're like me, when I first started Junk Doctors back in 2012, I had been making $8 or $10 an hour in a roller skating rink while I was racing cars part-time. I was pretty cheap in terms of I didn't spend a whole lot of money, which is the reason I got out of racing, is I was going to run out of money racing. So I don't know, I had maybe $5,000 saved up or something like that, for a trailer, and I already had the truck. So I had a little bit of operating capital in there. But I got started out where it was just friends helping me. Just like you were talking about, I did a lot of jobs on my own, and then I'll get friends. And I know there was a few times, and one of my best friends now, laughs about it. I had him come do a job, and there were a couple nice items. Well, I told him, I said, well, instead of paying you, how about I just give you these nice items or whatever? And he took it. And years later, he laughed about it. You can see kind of where we've gone now. So it was a good year before Christian came on. Well, it's probably 6 months when Christian came on. And that became Christian's primary source of income. Now, he was still in his early 20s. So, hell, we did all right. We made 20 grand a year back then. I don't think you can do it now, but back then you could make 20 grand a year if you had a roommate and all. And we felt like we were doing what we wanted to do and kind of living pretty good. So that first year, I might have made 25 grand. He might have made 20 grand. As it grew, though, we got to the point where we had employees, and employees came on, and they would start earning regular income. But we still, at that point, we didn't have enough money saved up to where we could guarantee them a certain number of hours. So basically, they were busy if we had jobs, and they weren't busy if we didn't. So many of them got second jobs, or they were in school, or they left. So we had like a high turnover environment going on. Well, after a few years, we had gotten to the point that we had some money saved up. Now we got a good profitable business. We got a good steady stream of work coming in. So we began to be able to guarantee guys certain numbers of hours. It was only about 30 hours a week that we would more or less, we guarantee like an average of 30 a week. Be like, 1 week you might have 45, 1 week you might have 25, but you'll average out to 30 plus hours. In the summertime, it was normally much, much more. What we were doing initially is we were taking care of ourselves first. And you've got to do that. You got to first take care of yourself to be able to take care of others. Once we got to the point where we had the money in place, then when things slowed down, we had them put out those yard signs and do all the things that I just talked about, that those of you that have money going into it have the luxury of doing. Most of you, or many of you, are not going to be in that position. So what you guys have to do is you got to take care of yourself first. You got to be fair and don't set false expectations for employees, but you got to work on your marketing. You got to get jobs together. You got to get some money saved up. You got to get some steady stream of jobs kind of coming in. Then you're going to be able to do it. So we got guys now that make, I think we had a couple guys last year that made $60,000. And Jake, Ben, Nick are the ones that have been with us the longest. And Jake and Ben have probably been with us 7 years now, I would guess. So, it's their primary source of employment. Those guys made 50 or 60 grand last year between what we paid them and tips and a little bit of commission on like metal sales and whatever like that. So pretty good money. You can offer benefits, and when you offer benefits to your junk removal company, most of your employees actually won't take them because they're younger. So it winds up not costing you a whole lot, but for the employees that do want them, it's only going to be a small percentage. It's a really good gesture. You can cover 50% of the cost, and oftentimes that makes it seem like a real job. That makes it seem like, hey, I can have a family. In most places in the country, if you can get to 50, 60 grand a year, you can have a good little living, and you can raise a family off of that. You can start having a family, especially, your spouse might need to work if you start having kids, but it's a good little income. So if they get to the point where they feel like they've got a reliable job, if they get to the point they like the job, they feel like the company's going in a good direction, that it's going to be long-term stable employment, then that's how you become somebody's primary employer right there. It's not going to happen overnight for many of you. The key thing is take care of you and your company first, and that's going to put you in a position for everybody that works for you, a good portion that works for you, to be that primary employer where you're taking care of others. Again, I'm Lee Gobble, Junk Removal Authority, where we help junk removal business owners make more money and live a better life. Make sure you get over to junkrA.com to see all the great services that our amazing team here at Junk Removal Authority offers, and find out how we can help you start, run, grow your junk removal company. Hit that like button. Please subscribe to our channel for more great information and tips from myself, Sam, and we've got others that are going to be popping on the channel also to go through different parts of running a great junk removal company. Talk to everybody here soon. Appreciate you watching.